I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I actually called the meeting to order before this. We had a brief non-public, and we met with Ann Barney, who is asked permission to hire 2 new individuals because she has 32 students for her after-school program, which is just fantastic. Okay, are there any public comments on the agenda before we get started? Okay, we have minutes from August 20th. Are there any corrections or additions?
I'll take Lee's place as being the proofreader
That's
this week.
good.
Page 4, line 7.
Okay.
Board members as well as Craig Moore contacted DES as this is, and I would like to insert also a shoreline issue.
Okay.
Not just the shoreline.
Okay.
What page was that again?
Page 4?
4, line 7.
Okay, so
At the end of
Just put also after is.
As is.
as is.
Yep. Page 4.
As is.
No, this is also.
Also,
Yes.
a shoreline issue.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Okay.
Page 4, line 40. This is, okay, Selectman DeWolf and other interested parties will be meeting with DPW Director Moore on 8/21.
Okay.
So it wasn't just me alone.
Okay.
Okay, page 5, line 20. And it should be a letter from the Historical Society, not the Heritage Commission.
Okay.
Page 5, it's the last bullet point, the hazardous mitigation meeting, and said that it should be, okay, you have the more people, the better to attend these meetings. It should be including members of the public, plus the planning team and other stakeholders. So anybody can attend these meetings. And that's all I have.
Harold,
I didn't see
anything?
anything else besides the conditions.
Okay, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of August 20th as amended.
Makes that motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, consent agenda for the week of August 20th. Payroll was $17,152. Accounts payable, $214,045. For the week of 8/27, the payroll was $18,369, and NHRS was $19,517. Okay, new business, Ashland 4th of July Committee update. Do we have updates from the 4th of July Committee? Fran?
We do.
Okay.
It happened.
Yes, it did. It certainly did. Yeah.
It went very well. I think people in the community were very pleased. As you may recall, the weather was not with us. While it was dry, it was 100 degrees.
Yes, it
We were
was.
very darn close to it. And it was humid. We had several people that had to be treated for heat stroke or exhaustion. So the numbers were down on the ball field, obviously down. I think it's a combination of the heat. I can't tell you how many people that stopped me and said, you know, we always go to the ballpark, but it was just so hot. that I
Yes.
couldn't do it.
It was very hot.
And I think it's a combination of some people starting to realize that they can stay home and see them from, their yards. But we still had, a great crowd.
Good.
People were very pleased with the children's games, the 3 children's games that were going on. We had a lot of interest in the apple pie contest. The food vendors, I think, did well. It was always packed and long lines. So overall, it was a typical year. There was nothing lacking with the new takeover of the board. That everything still got done.
Okay.
As far as finances,
So on finances, I believe this has been emailed to you already?
Yes.
Okay, does that include these two?
Yes.
Okay.
So the bottom line is actually, it's a red page.
27,796.
Right. It's what we ended up making, which is significantly more than what we had
That was the balance.
budgeted for.
So we have plenty of funds for next year.
We have 27.7.
So we ended the, well, we're not at the end of the
Yeah,
year yet.
yeah.
There's a possibility that a few bucks could come in.
Yeah.
But we ended it a little bit more than last year was ended.
Mm-hmm.
What was the final number?
Pardon me, 27,796.
That's great.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
16 cents.
Well, that's important.
yes.
We are still selling T-shirts and stuff too, so
Okay.
that number will
Okay.
likely grow.
Yeah,
Okay.
go up a little bit.
Yep.
Yep.
The highlights were, 50/50 raffle was a little bit down.
Mhm.
Obviously, you have fewer people that
Mhm.
are buying
Yeah.
tickets. The parking, we took in $247 more
Mhm.
than we budgeted for. The pancake breakfast was $3,400, which in 2017 was $2,800, but it had only been budgeted for $2,200. So it was a big increase in the pancake breakfast.
Mhm.
15 plates left.
I thought it was 5.
So we were at
Wow.
480, we served
Wow.
485 people in that.
That's great.
hours.
Fantastic.
And did it pretty efficiently, I might add. The common man is just absolutely experts at it.
Mm-hmm.
The ad book, we had budgeted $4,000. We sold $4,925, which was $2,500 more than they had
Mhm.
done in 2017.
Mhm.
The banners, we did $6,000 in banners. We had budgeted $5,000.
Mhm.
And in 2017, they've done 4,000, so
Mhm.
that was a big increase there
Mhm.
as well. We had an order of T-shirts this year, so that was a large expenditure.
Mhm.
They didn't sell as well as we had hoped.
Mhm.
So that's on the income part. On the expense part, we had budgeted to spend $22,000 approximately. We spent $21,554. There's a couple of $100 still out there
Yeah.
of things that need to be reimbursed.
Mhm.
But clearly,
You budgeted wisely.
we did.
Mhm.
I think some people had their doubts.
Mhm. That's great.
But it all came together, and we had a wonderful team.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kicked in.
Mhm.
Sometimes I was being told, Fran, we got it covered. Don't worry about that. And everybody just did their job and
Mhm.
over their job.
That's
And
great.
One thing that we hadn't anticipated, and I guess you never have enough, but we could have used more boots on the ground as far as volunteers.
Yep.
So we're in the crunch of the third and the fourth.
Yeah.
Parade, I think, went over absolutely wonderfully.
Mhm.
It was about 10 minutes longer
Mhm.
than the year before. It wasn't nearly as good as the 150th parade, but that's coming up next.
I was thinking you guys should have joined
Yeah.
forces
Yeah.
because between the two of you, we would have had a parade that's probably still going on.
Jane wants to take that credit.
I'm sure,
I
I'm
think
sure.
it worked well.
earned it.
Yeah.
I think it worked well ending it
Uh-huh.
at the ballpark
Yeah.
instead of going all the way down to River King.
Yeah.
I know Tony liked it a lot better.
Mhm.
But some
I'm
of
sure.
those they couldn't make the 4th of July, right? The 150th because of
Correct.
the time days or
Because of
something.
the
Yeah.
commitments that they have.
Yeah.
Commitments? Yeah.
No, but great job. That I know the town is extremely grateful, as are we. So, thank you so much.
So we have started our meetings already for next year.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Good.
We reorganized the committee
Mhm.
at the last meeting,
Yep.
and we had a change in the executive board because this week.
Mhm.
We have any vice chairs?
Okay.
So I'm the new vice chair.
Okay.
You-
Wonderful.
Make sure you send all that information to the town office, because we need it for our records. For 91A, make sure you post all your meetings
We have.
and all your minutes
Mhm.
according to 91A, and things should work out well.
Yeah. Great. Excellent.
I'd also like to thank Tony and the fire department for everything they did
Indeed.
for the 4th of July.
Indeed.
Thank you very much
Yep.
for your service.
Yeah.
Oh,
Indeed.
yeah, that was great.
Mm.
It was the ballpark. It was amazing how clean it
Mhm.
was the next morning. I think it was it's always not been bad.
Yeah.
But this year, Craig worked with us
Yeah.
and we had. many
Yeah,
more
when I
than
drove
that.
by, I couldn't believe we'd had that function there. It was like it had never happened.
Did
So-
you have extra receptacles this year?
We did, we doubled the amount of
Yeah.
receptacles.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And we put them all through the field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then we also had a dumpster on site.
Oh.
great.
Oh, wow.
Good job.
Yeah, it is amazing how much trash.
Yeah.
And we're already planning for some changes
Yes.
for next year.
Well, lessons learned every year. That's really great. Thank you, Fran.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kendall. I
Congratulations for
appreciate.
your first year.
Yes, and congratulations to the whole team. So
The transition was
very smoothly. All right, Jane, 150th. You're on.
It happened.
It happened. It did.
It did.
That too.
That was right after. I'm here to prove it. It went amazing. Actually went beyond what I expected. We had planned for so long, and when things started happening, I wasn't sure if I'd be like, I've had my 3 children's weddings that I've had to do, so I know that I don't remember enjoying those.
Yeah.
So I was worried about that, but with these events, they were perfect. I got to enjoy them. And everyone, I think, enjoyed the fact, the way we started with the play that kind of explained how we became our own town. And then the cemetery walks exposed you to some of the different characters of our town, especially George Whipple. And then the street dance and the Alumni Day, and then building up to the parade on that day. So I
Yeah.
think it was a neat progression from where we started and how we ended up celebrating it. So everything, what was really good was we got to coattail a lot of the 4th of July
Yeah.
ideas as far as trash receptacles, picking up,
the logistics of
parking,
it.
everything. We ended the parade as they did, which worked out great for us too because we wanted more people to stay down there,
Yeah.
to go down to the flag raising, which was way beyond what I expected. Most of those groups that stayed for the flag raising, they were only paid to do the parade.
Yeah.
We invited them to the flag raising, and they far exceeded our expectations.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. I
The way
didn't
they
realize
presented
that.
it. Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
Pascata
And
Qua,
the young
singer.
lady.
Oh my God, she was amazing.
Oh, she was
Oh, wow.
amazing.
Yes, she was
Yeah,
fantastic.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that just worked out
Right.
so well.
Right.
The play went great. It was really fun. The 2 cemetery walks, we fortunately got them done without rain. We did put up pop tents just in case, but we ended up being fine. We had probably 35 to 40 for the first one, and the second one actually bumped up to 60 to 70 people because word had got out what it was. I
Yeah.
think some of them were curious as to what are they talking. So
Yes.
that really helped. The street dance was not as well attended as I hoped it would be because I did get moved at the last minute to the gym because we did have severe weather coming through. The group was amazing though, and the ones that were there, we all had a great time. The Alumni Day was incredible. It went in waves. The earlier group were the classes of like 52 to 55 were there like noon to 3 o'clock, and then there'd be a little bit of a lull, and then it started picking up. And then 5 to 7 was more of the classes of like the 1970s and 80s and up to the early, some 1990s, but yeah, 80s. So
Right.
And a lot of those classes then met afterwards too, and had a bite to eat,
exactly,
which was
yeah.
really nice.
And they all wanted to. Some of them had not been back.
Yeah.
The one class is celebrating their 40th, and no one had planned anything, so this was their 40th.
Okay.
Yeah.
great.
So
Yeah.
so they were thrilled. They were the class
Okay.
that they could the most. They had like 10 out of 22
There
or
was
something
people
kids.
came from California, from Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, it was
Wonderful.
amazing.
That's
It really
great
went well.
turnout.
Parade was super. KB was my point man on that. I got everybody lined up, and then I had them all contracted, and he lined them up. So it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
He spaced them out so that there was music spread out. Everybody seemed to enjoy the variety of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't all just infantry groups. We had the pipe and drums and from New Hampshire New Hampshire Police Association. And then we also had the Machado. So it was like a good variety in
Yeah.
the Baker Valley. So that
Yeah.
worked out great.
Yeah.
Got about 9 floats, which was awesome. Went really well. Everything the day in the park afterwards went super. We had a great time with the beard contest. The judges ended up being Sherry Downing, our Harriman, because his dad was a barber, and we
Okay.
had Clint Gray because he was the one surviving winner of the Centennial beard contest.
Okay.
It was still standing. No, so he did it. So that was
Okay.
great. We had fun with that. And then we did a nice little ceremony, and then let to the fireworks. The next day, Witten Woods, we were kind of all involved in cleaning. So, but we did have a cooler of water and a flag up, and then when I went to pick the cooler up later, it was almost all gone of water, and it was full.
Yeah.
So it turned out Roger Larochelle was there
Yeah.
with the Squam Lakes Conservation
Conservation
Yeah.
Society.
Yeah.
And he took groups up and got
Yeah.
some pictures, and so that we were glad that went well.
Yeah.
The boat parade wasn't super. There were only about, I think, what were there, 7
There's 7 or 8 boats.
boats? Yeah.
You guys are there.
We were there.
Yeah. But it was still fun. All the people
Yeah.
on the boat probably had more fun on the bridge than the people on the boat.
Did you get the Squam steamboat to come?
Yeah.
It was a little late,
It was
but
a-
yeah.
Well, there was they
Took a
thought
while.
they could put in at the marina, but then it turned
Yeah.
out they couldn't because
Had
of
to go to
the
Holderness.
depth, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to go to Holderness, come
Okay,
back, and
okay. Yeah.
They were a little slower. than the
Right.
rest of the boats.
So that all went great. As far as the financial. We ended up paying for, everything's been paid for. We have just over $1,000 in the black. I have bills to submit for like the trophies and things like that, because I wanted to wait till we knew where we were.
Yeah.
Which I am doing. So I guess I should backtrack a little bit. At our last meeting, which we just had, we decided that we're going to continue until the end of the year. We'd like to see what we could do with the existing inventory that we do have, because it is all paid for, so
Yep.
everything we sell
Yep.
is profit.
Yeah.
We are out of calendars, we're low on mugs, low on license plates, and the pictorial books. We still have quite a bit with ornaments, and they're 2018, so they'll probably sell.
Okay.
The 150 book and the 150 commemorative plate is going really well too. So
Good.
they sell out. I may have to order that, but
Okay.
what we're thinking is continue to meet monthly, and then in early December after the Christmas at Ashland, we'll regroup, figure out where we are financially. We're thinking we might, if we have funds, a lot of funds, we're thinking we would donate towards the playground equipment, because that is town property and we're a town committee. So that would make sense. That probably we would see if we could do the granite stone or memorial or plaque or whatever is going to be done, something like that, that we could pay for that.
Okay.
And that would be something long lasting for the committee as a show.
Yeah.
I think that's.
We are talking to them about it as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
So I guess that's pretty much it.
Again,
Any questions?
congratulations. I know Lee gave a great shout out a couple weeks ago at the meeting.
Right.
Again, congratulations to you and all of
Thanks.
the folks that helped you. It was a great event, and we're grateful. On behalf of the town, we're grateful that
Thank you.
it all worked
I
well.
think the only thing I was disappointed in was on the 150 book. We didn't get it in. The printer thought we needed it the first week of August,
Yeah.
and that came in late. So we do
Okay.
have quite a bit of inventory of that.
Okay.
But again, it's all been paid for,
Yeah.
so it is what it is.
Yeah.
The plates did not come in that week, but we had pre-orders, and again, they're selling like hotcakes anyway, so
Okay.
that didn't seem to matter.
Okay.
I think the only other thing, as a note to the board in the
Mhm.
future at Ashland Town Committee events,
Yeah.
it would have been nice from the board to have had someone either there to read congratulations to the 150 committee at the 150 ceremony on Saturday that I invited you guys to, or if I had just gotten an email, I could have read it.
Yeah.
I really felt that was a little bit lacking, because we did plan this for like 4 years, so
Yeah.
it would have been nice just to have had someone there saying, you know, I'm from the town board of selectmen.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
I think for the public that was there, I
Yeah.
think it would have been huge.
Okay.
So,
All right.
otherwise, thank you.
All right.
We also did get a letter from the Ashland, Kentucky, congratulating us on this, seeing the town's name for Ashland.
Not
okay.
Ashland, Massachusetts, didn't it?
Kentucky.
No, Ashland,
No.
Massachusetts did.
Ashland, Kentucky. Tim Taylor got it for us.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I should have. My daughter lives in
Yeah.
Ashland, Massachusetts.
Oh, you
Had I
should've
known,
had
I
her
should have.
one.
You know.
Yeah.
So, for the next one, Jen.
I
For the
know.
next one.
Plan it for the 200th, okay?
Yeah, I'll make a note.
Yeah, do that.
So I attended an hour's worth of the 150th, and I gave a little feedback. And Fran, I hope you heard my shout out as
I
we
heard
went
you.
by.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Right by the bar.
Yes, I still felt sitting on that metal bar a week later.
I
But
had
thank
some pillows in there, I thought.
no Nobody told us that.
No.
Not made it out of the trunk, here it goes.
That's all right.
Sorry.
But Jane, I have a suggestion. Would
Yeah.
you consider leaving the banners up for the rest of the season?
Well, the banners, the deal was, I maybe didn't realize, that they will stay up until the wreaths go up at the
Okay,
end of the
okay.
season.
perfect.
And that
Okay.
way you need to decide, because a lot of those
Yeah.
banners
It's- are in
that
poor
we
repair.
replace
Yeah,
will not be able
They
to go
won't go
back.
back.
right.
So you'll have to make some decisions.
And there's
Okay.
not that many wreaths, I believe, are there, Craig?
No, not,
Yeah,
No, that if,
I
unless
think it's
this,
like just from the ballpark to the town.
yeah,
so
okay.
if the sponsors are willing, could they stay up for the season?
They knew that. They
Yeah.
knew they would
Okay.
stay up until the wreaths went up in the fall.
Okay, good.
And then they will all get their banners.
All right.
I have the list with Craig, as to exactly which ones got replaced and who had sponsored the old positions.
Okay,
But I did get a lot of comments about, it is nice having them all the same.
yeah,
Yes.
I think when you have two different kinds sometimes, I mean, I know Christmas
Well, it's,
wreaths is
yeah.
one thing,
It-
but when
it's,
you
yeah.
have different types, I think it's just better when they're all
Well,
the
yeah, and there's a
same.
few covered bridge ones
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think
Yeah.
those were kept because people had paid for those.
Right,
so-
but you might want to
So,
consider.
you
Yeah.
know,
changing them
a
over.
group might have to sit down and think, what's the next step
Right.
for
Yeah.
the
The
band?
thing to keep in mind too is, which I didn't know again when I started this, it was quite a learning curve.
Yeah.
Once utility banners have been attached to those utility poles, they belong to that utility pole
Oh.
company.
Okay.
So
Did
technically,
not know that.
people,
I didn't know
Did you
that, no.
when you buy a banner, you're not buying it, you're sponsoring it. We
Okay.
agreed that the sponsors would get their banners, but technically, you don't really have to return them
Oh.
legally. And even the brackets really don't belong to anybody other than where they've been attached.
This is- No, thank you for sharing that, because
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
any
No,
of
I'm
us
not
knew
sure.
that.
I
Yeah, I
know
didn't
that.
either, so it was a learning curve on
Okay,
that. So-
all right.
But I mean, obviously, diplomatically, it's nice to, and
Yeah.
again, I have told all the sponsors they can have their banners. It was part of, I think some of them excited to get the actual banner back
Yeah.
after the season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely they'll stay up until you guys are ready.
Great,
Yep.
excellent. Well, thank
Did
you.
you have any other questions as to the funds and the inventory?
Not at this point. Just keep
Okay.
us posted and, hopefully you'll sell some more of your stuff. But,
Okay, because that was a concern
Well,
as to
unless-
how we handle any inventory that we do have.
Yeah.
Do you want to share that people can stop in at Hughes to,
Right,
still?
everything's still available.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay,
Lane
do you
Hughes
want to
Realty.
make that
Yes.
announcement? Make it
Yeah, you
formal?
can still pick items up at Lane Hughes Realty.
Okay.
They have all the inventory there.
okay,
In case
I don't
somebody
know.
wants it
And
for
we'll be at
Christmas
the
gifts or
townwide yard
something.
sale and Christmas at Ashland.
Are
okay.
they going to be at the craft show that they have here in the gymnasium in the fall? They still do those in the fall, right before Christmas. They have a craft show.
No, that's part of the Christmas night.
The
bash.
national.
Well, they do
Yeah,
the same.
yeah,
We'll have
okay.
it down after
Okay.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do both.
Great. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic job, both of you.
Yes,
you.
deep breath, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashland Heritage Commission, cleanup of old jail. Kendall.
Kendall.
So I sent an email to Charlie, and
Mm-hmm.
you all did a copy of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So if you have any questions on it, feel free to ask me. But the highlights are on the 22nd of September.
yep,
We are planning on doing a cleanup around the jail area.
yep,
DPW has already gone in and done some of the harder work for us.
mm-hmm,
There's some stones that were removed. We're going to put in a split rail fence there.
yep,
Do some landscaping.
nice,
And then on the inside, they're just going to do a general cleanup.
Okay.
And the Christmas night national stuff, they're going to organize that and make it, because right now it's a little scattered, they're just going to organize it and make it easier for them to get.
So it's not, 7 feet.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not on the
Yeah.
top shelf,
Right.
so it's down on the bottom shelf.
right, right,
That type of stuff.
yep,
The Ashland Baptist Church has agreed to sponsor a barbecue for those who come to help,
okay,
which they are donating to the town.
very nice,
And that's really about it.
great.
Can't
Well,
be free food, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I would encourage people to come and join the party, so that's wonderful.
Yes, and
Thank
they
you.
may have a donation tin out
Okay,
for anyone that wants to donate to the park playground.
okay, oh, that's
That's
wonderful.
what they've been doing.
That's wonderful,
Nice.
excellent, I'm so glad to hear that.
So hopefully people show up and maybe want to
yes, please
join
come
the
up at
Heritage
10
Commission.
a.m.
Mm-hmm, 10 a.m. on
10
the
a.m. we're
20th?
going
It's
to
a
do
Saturday,
that.
right?
Yep.
It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday after the townwide yard sale.
Yep,
And lunch is scheduled for about noon time.
excellent, look forward to it. So I understand we also have a resignation from the Heritage Commission from Susan McLeod.
Yes.
So I'd like to thank her for her service.
Yep.
And any other new business? No. Any old business? No old business, okay. Department heads, town administrator.
Yeah.
You have a few things that you'd like to discuss with us?
Well, yeah, our ambulance service contract with the town of Plymouth is kind of sort of expired. We recently had a 3-year agreement that continued every year. We reached out to Plymouth about this, and they basically said, we're going to send you a new one. We're looking to update our contracts with all the towns that we provide ambulance service with. And so this is ours.
Okay,
The first year fee is $48,801. We do budget this every year. Chief puts this in the budget.
how does this compare with the last contract?
I think it went up 1 or 2%. It's based off CPI.
Okay.
So whatever the CPI is each
Yep.
year is what we budget for.
Yep.
So we do have to project it because they are based off a fiscal year. We're a calendar year.
Okay,
So we're sort of, when we budget, we're trying to kind of peg those last 2 quarters of the year.
got it. Okay, in that case, I would entertain a motion to approve the ambulance service contract with the town of Plymouth.
I have a question. Why did we just, this came out in July 1st. Why did it take so long for us to do
Because Plymouth didn't.
Didn't
They
provide
didn't get
it
us the
Yeah.
in a timely
Yeah, in
manner?
a timely
Yeah, yeah. Chief was working on his budget. He had mentioned something last year, and they came back around again this year. I basically picked up the phone and called about it, and they said, "No, well, we're in the process of sending them out to towns." And,
Yeah.
So.
Well, it
Yeah,
is-
and theirs is July again because they're a fiscal year.
Yeah.
Well, it is quite pricey, but what choice do we have? We need to provide the service for the residents.
Do we have a motion? Is this part of the discussion?
This is part of-
I
I'm
haven't had a
sorry.
motion.
We haven't
I
had a
just have
motion.
questions
Yeah,
because we
no,
haven't
we-
really discussed this
Well,
at
can
all.
we discuss it if we can have a motion to approve the contract and then have discussion? Is there a motion?
Okay, I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, now discussion.
Okay,
So
well,
yes.
this is the first time I've ever seen this.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if it was presented to us with background, and that's why maybe
Yeah.
I was ahead of myself,
okay.
because it's,
The contract, Charlie, is the same as
Same as the one
previous.
that's
It's
before.
just the price has changed.
Yeah.
And they were just delayed getting it out. And
Yeah.
we don't have a choice,
we
really.
don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And yes, we have to provide the service for the town.
We absolutely do.
But, does every town pay the same amount?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it
I
based on
would
the
assume-
number of calls per town, or?
I don't think they can really come up with
Is it-
that kind of an algorithm, because one never
I don't know.
knows
I
from
can't- I
year to
don't
year
know.
or day
I
to
don't
day.
know.
how
That
many
is
calls
something
they're
that
gonna get.
the chief and I have been discussing, and that's something that is an expectation of his, is to get more numbers from them
Yeah.
for the number of calls that they're responding to. The other thing is the advisory committee. We want. Some of our expectations are to have notifications about these because we do have representation on.
Has
the-
anybody attended?
He hasn't been notified.
No, how many towns are involved in this contract?
I'm not sure.
See,
I
that's
believe
what it
11.
Well,
means.
I'm
yeah,
not sure.
is it 11?
Off the top of my head.
Okay.
Does it say it in the
11
I didn't
towns?
catch
No,
it.
but I
No,
know that's how
everything
many
says
Spears
just
served
Plymouth and
left.
Ashland. This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
specifically
sure.
for this town.
5?
It might be 5 now.
5 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It used to be 11.
Thank you, Craig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Groton, Ashland, Holderness,
Bridgewater, I think.
part of Bridgewater,
Plymouth?
Campton? No, Campton has their own.
No.
Any other discussion?
I can tell you from being on the budget committee, this is about a 1.5% to 2% increase, which has been
It's pretty much about where it is
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, for the last 4
1
or
or
5
2%.
years I've been involved, it's been
Yeah.
about 1.5% to 2% every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just like this information before we're given something like this to vote on.
Okay, all those in favor of approving the contract, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, do you have an original,
Yeah,
Charlie,
they're
for
in
me
your
to sign?
signature
Okay.
file. So.
All right, Charlie, you want to talk about the lease purchase agreement?
It's Craig.
Craig?
No, go ahead.
Okay. This is pretty much a continuation of warrant article, I believe, number 11 from this year that was approved on town vote. It's the new loader. It's a John Deere loader that it's actually already been delivered. It's in the shop waiting to be used until we finalize this lease agreement.
Okay. In that case, I would entertain a motion to approve the lease purchase agreement with John Deere for the purchase of a new loader truck and to authorize the DPW Director Moore to sign the agreement on behalf of the town.
I'll make said motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of the lease purchase agreement, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Veteran tax credit application. So Craig is gonna sign this, we don't
Yes.
need to. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie?
So we recently received a veteran tax credit application from, based on privacy, I'll withhold the name and stuff. Basically, there's a veteran that put in for an application back in May, and the applicant didn't realize that he had to apply by April 15th.
Okay.
The person felt that the town should have notified them in proper time, and then therefore, because the town didn't notify, in their opinion, in proper time, that we should make that application effective now. Technically, it's not effective till tax season next year.
So what is the town's obligation in terms of?
The town doesn't have an
notifi-
obligation. The person reached out to higher powers, and it's kind of the Board of Selectmen's call if they want to honor it.
Well, how do we know that there are veterans out there that are eligible for this tax credit? If,
I don't know.
We don't.
Patsy,
We're
I
not-
don't think
we're
we
not
know.
informed. It's
Yeah,
up to the
Yeah.
veteran,
it's up to
too.
the I don't think we track that. You know, yeah. I don't think that's a vital statistic.
No.
Yeah.
comments?
I think it's the duty of the applicant to follow guidelines.
Mhm.
That's the way the world turns.
Mhm.
I'm sure he'd be disappointed, but everything, everything was in writing given to him,
Mhm.
from what I understand, and it was incumbent upon him, unless he had some sort of hardship, which he didn't seem to come forward to say he couldn't physically come to the office, or pick up the phone, or send an email. He did it. It appears it was well after the fact, and I'm sorry, but I think it was incumbent upon him to follow all the guidelines. If he was notified in February that the deadline is April 15th, and he's asking now in August.
So he did receive a notification in time. Is that what, that's true? He did receive a notification in advance of the deadline?
No notifications
He-
are sent out to veterans.
No, but it said,
The VA.
he received a
the VA.
notification
Oh,
from
he
the
got his
VA.
notification from the
From the
VA
From the
in
VA,
February.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he knew.
So he
in
knew.
February
He
that
knew.
he was eligible.
Okay,
He
Would
didn't
it-
apply until May.
yeah.
I don't know if you'd call it biased, but I guess I look at it this way: is if the VA deemed this man disabled, totally disabled in February of 2018, wouldn't it be upon the VA to notify the municipality that there's a total disability?
No,
No.
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 I mean, we don't know this person. It could be a cognizant issue or a physical issue or a mental issue, but I'm sure that if he's totally disabled from his service, no one asked him if he wanted to be totally disabled for his service before he signed up to be a veteran.
I don't think we're in the position to make
No.
I
those
know.
calls.
Yeah.
It's just an
Yeah.
opinion, I guess. Then
Yeah.
I just
I
hard
didn't
line
even-
there. You got.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be concerned that we'd be setting a precedent too for next year or the year after if there's another veteran out there that we've somehow not aware of, and I feel bad, but if
Right.
he was notified by the VA,
Yeah.
and it is not the town's policy to make such notification, you know, I don't feel that we have any obligation to make this retroactive to this year.
Yeah, and it was approved.
Yeah.
To be clear, I mean,
Yeah,
it was
it was
approved.
approved,
Yeah.
it was
It was
approved.
approved.
Yeah.
Effective April 1st,
Yeah.
2019.
Right.
Which they not 2018.
So can I have a motion? That,
Oh, you don't have to vote on it.
you don't have to vote on it?
Fine.
Okay,
If he has any, if he
Yeah,
calls
okay.
back, I will inform the applicant. He's more than welcome to come to a board of selectmen meeting
Yeah.
to
Okay.
discuss it further
Right.
with the board.
right, okay, very good, thank you. All right, PBTV recording of the budget committee meetings?
Long story short, on this one would be whether, does the Board of Selectmen want to record our budget committee meetings? Recently, we've got a right-to-know request about the minutes that weren't received in the office in a timely manner. I've had some questions before in the office since, well, probably about the good past year and a half, whether or not we were going to record them. I reached out to PBTV. They said that they might have some availability for us to do that. I guess, what do you guys think?
Well, I know we've discussed this many times in the past, and my feelings are that they deal with one of the most important issues in the town, namely the finances. I mean, you know, we have a $2+ million budget, and the voters go and make a decision as to whether or not that's a good budget, and it's the budget committee's responsibility to set that budget and to have discussions around each of the items. And I think the public has a right to hear those discussions firsthand, and hear the pros and cons for every item. So, you know, given the importance of this function,
Right.
I would certainly be in favor of filming them.
I
Other
agree-
thoughts?
I agree with Fran. You know, we throw around the word transparency a
Right.
lot. It's almost become redundant in a way, but you pointed out the importance of this committee, and I think the public will probably find it interesting and enlightening to see how they manage, how they interact with each other, and how the process comes to
And
what
the
they
kinds of
present.
questions that they ask of us and the kind of information we provide. I mean, this is, you know, one of the most important things we do as
Yeah.
a select board, and certainly it's incumbent upon them to carry this forward. And this is the taxpayers' money, so.
Yeah.
Harold, thoughts? You're on the budget
Yeah.
committee, so.
My only two questions are cost incurred and what budget lines are coming from, because when fall comes around here, we'll be meeting at least twice a month. You know,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of cost
No, we
incurred.
have a PBTV line,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll have to see if it goes over. I
Well,
think.
we
I
can
don't
also
expect.
target certain meetings for
Yeah.
when, you know, the key
Yeah.
meetings,
Yeah.
when we don't have to have all the meetings, but when they start targeting specific department budgets,
Yeah.
then we can, you
Right.
know, take a look at it, meeting by meeting and
Right.
decide, because some of them are extremely important.
Yes, I agree.
By all means, I think like department heads, when they're there, those should be televised. But again, you know, like you said, some of them should be, some of them shouldn't be. I guess we need to look at the logistics, see how much each meeting's going to cost, and if we have it in that line.
They're not too much. I mean, these meetings, I think about $40 each meeting.
I mean, we put ourselves
there.
out here twice a month.
Oh, I know we do, but we're
To-
looking at a budget that's already over in a couple spots that we need to tend to. I just want to see where it's
Yes.
coming from.
Right.
At the same time, maybe if people were better informed,
Yeah.
they might make different choices.
Right.
Um,
And they might not be able to record all the meetings.
No,
I
no,
mean,
I
we've
don't
had
think it's
some meetings that
necessary.
they haven't been able to
a simple conflict.
record. Yeah, because usually they rely on interns, and
Right.
if interns are out of town
Right,
on
but I
vacation.
think we should make an effort
Yeah.
to at least record the
Yeah.
key meetings,
Yeah.
I agree.
so,
Okay.
Is
I'll try
there-
to set something up with
all
them.
right, thank you.
Okay, and I have one other item
okay.
that's
Do we
not
have
on
to-
here.
Do you want a motion on
Do you
that?
want a motion or?
Oh,
since-
Okay, motion
I'll make the motion
to,
film the planning board.
Budget committee. Budget
The budget
committee.
committee.
Okay.
Let's do the planning board.
Yeah,
too.
no.
The budget committee meetings, as PB Camp is available.
okay,
I'll second that motion for discussion, but my discussion would be that we need to clarify which ones we want to film, department heads or whatnot.
Yeah, and again, I think that's something we should do, Harold, and we can do that as we get schedules
Yeah.
from the budget
Yeah,
committee.
and- or-
Because we usually know in advance
What's
what's
when.
gonna be discussed,
And
and then we'll work with PBCAM on a case-by-case basis.
Yep.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Yes, Jerry.
Okay, and I have one other thing that kind of came in on Thursday when I left. Looking for the board's thoughts about us entering into a feasibility study grant with CDFA for the LW Packard Ashland Properties building.
What would the feasibility be about?
Okay, so there's been a lot of comments in the office and confusion about what our next steps might be with the building. I know you folks want to tour it. It's been in front of the Economic Development Committee, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I came across that there's feasibility study grants with CDFA/CDBG folks. And what it does is tells us what we could possibly do with a piece of property.
Yeah.
And our expectations would be they'd hire a consultant, an architect, some type of planner to take a look at the building, the structure, and come up with a determination as to what future needs and uses might be with the piece of property. But we do have to come up with a focal point at the beginning, generally something such as affordable housing or low-income housing that might say, is this building capable of being used for that type of housing?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know.
Right. Right.
I don't know, I'm not an expert, et cetera, but this is part of our expectation that might kind of help us move this project forward to see where we want to go with this property.
So what happens if they do a feasibility study and they say, no, it's not useful for those two purposes? What have we gained?
Well, at least we gain, I would think, knowledge
Yeah.
about with the project and the property. The next step could possibly be there are other consultants out there that would tell us even further what we could possibly do. Maybe the study comes back that the building is not feasible, it needs to be condemned. And then you might want to talk to, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Let me throw this in there.
Okay.
I was told that phase 1 and phase 2 are good for the property.
Yeah.
That's an expectation. So
Yeah.
the project's moving in the right direction.
Yeah. Is there any cost to this grant?
I don't expect to be any. When I talked to CBBG, I asked that.
Yeah.
And the consultant said that it's part of the grant. Right.
I guess
If there is, we would obviously, if it's not somewhere in the budget, which I don't expect that it'd be, it would go probably to warrant,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
my only concerns, I was looking this over and I came up with this. Does filing show intent to seize? If we file for a grant, is that showing intent to seize the property for tax? Is that
No.
No, okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
okay?
No.
Is
I
there-
mean, so the next step that we could do is we would have to have a public hearing,
Yeah.
and most likely our consultant would be Donna Lane. Donna is the consultant that's working on the Ledgeview,
Yes.
Harvey
CDBG,
Properties. Yeah, she's the consultant on this. She's the person that I reached out to
Yeah.
and asked who helps with this type of thing.
Right.
She said she does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is there a cutoff date for this?
October.
Do you know what date? No.
I don't know what date, but
Okay.
I do know the application is to be in by October. Where you mix the next round, I think, is until April or May of next year.
Okay.
And my last thing is, if this does not show that we have the intent to seize this, is this a full board issue? Or is this something that we can handle tonight?
I'm sorry?
Is this a full board issue? Is this something that we should? Do we have to wait to vote for this, or this can be a consensus? To
What do you
move
mean, for the
forward?
Well, we
grant?
have a
To move forward.
we have a
With-
quorum,
with
so
the
I
that's
don't have a
property?
quorum.
Or the grant?
The grant.
Oh, the grant? Well, we would have to, we'd have it at the public hearing.
Okay.
We could do
Thank
that
you.
at the public hearing.
So
I mean,
it-
we still got to apply
Yeah.
and
I
hope
understand
you're accepted.
okay.
You know.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to apply
It
at
doesn't,
this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
And as we get more information about what is going to be our obligation vis-a-vis the grant and so forth, we can make different choices.
Right.
but it doesn't hurt to, I think at
I
this
don't think
point,
it
to
hurts.
explore the
Right.
possibility of applying for a grant. I mean, any information we get
Right.
is helpful.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that we're gonna gain a whole lot from this, but I could be totally wrong, and I'm not gonna turn my back on any opportunity to
No.
get information on
I
this.
think right now, we don't really know anything.
No, well,
Other
Not-
than-
not a lot.
Other than
Yeah.
the phase 1 and phase 2.
Yeah.
From that
Yeah.
point on.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know either.
okay.
I think the only thing that we should double check when we do get the paperwork in front of us is to make sure that there isn't a caveat as far as releasing information before starting work. I think we had an issue with that when we were dealing with Eversource. As far as releasing information, they wanted us as a board to sign something to release some information that they had gathered for the town. So we should just make sure there isn't a caveat for
I
that.
don't know.
Well, we'll explore the
you.
language when it comes in, so.
He could get the application
Yeah.
and it might not be what we expected. It
Yeah,
might not
yeah.
suit our needs. but-
So I think there's a consensus that you should at least
Yeah.
explore
At least get
this
some
and
paperwork.
and see
Right.
what,
Yeah,
what's
and
involved.
I mean, this was one of the recommendations, I believe, from the Economic Development Committee, was to explore grants. On
Indeed.
Used to do with the
Absolutely.
property.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, select board items. The first item we're not going to discuss because that was
Yeah,
something
that
we
was
brought
Lee
forward, and
brought forward.
we will table that for the time being. We still need to come up with a date for this tour of the building. Now, please be aware that Steve Heath is gone as of the 13th of this month. So it has to be this week or early next. So I need to talk to Lee and to Casey to get a date. Well, I think Casey is not going to be able to do it, but for Lee.
Can Craig do the tour?
Craig could do the tour. The only reason I want Steve there, well, you were in on the fire department tour, and you know the safety issues.
You did
Oh,
the
yeah.
training. Did
Okay.
you do the
Yeah, I
training?
worked in-
Because it's
Yeah, and-
important that we get the fire department perspective for the safety concerns for that building.
And I believe you worked in that
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
So he
All
has
right,
a,
all right,
I
so,
has a point of view.
no, that would,
Can't do it, I'd be more than happy.
that's fine. So please, just give Charlie some dates during the week, during the day. We don't want to do it at night, right, Craig?
No,
Unless
we
we
do
do it
not.
on
No,
Halloween
no,
and we
no.
sell tickets, but,
Right, yes.
Might be a full
No,
house.
no.
Yeah, there's no power, so
Yeah, yeah.
daylight.
okay. So just please
That'd
give
help.
Charlie some dates, some times and dates this week, and I will talk to Lee and have her do the same, because I'd like to say, I want to set this up soon. We have a lot of things we need to discuss, and this
Yeah.
is important information for you to gather, okay? Any other select board items?
Yes, I have a question. Have we received an answer to our memo to the trustees of the trust fund about the kitty?
Yes and no. I asked the chair to pick up. I told Tom the letter was at the town office and he didn't accept the copy. I guess, does the board want me to officially mail the letter?
I think he needs to get it.
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
And if that's the only way to do it, by all
Yes.
means, mail it.
I would
Because we-
suggest certified.
At certified,
Certified,
yeah,
yes.
return receipt
We need it
requested.
for our records and for 91A purposes,
Yep,
which we can't keep emphasizing enough the way things are heading, that everybody, every committee, commission, appointed, elected, must comply with RSA 91A.
91A.
It's not a choice.
No.
It's a state
and it's
law.
costing the town big
Yes.
time, so my caution to all the other committees out there is,
Yeah.
you know,
Plus,
Abide by the
individuals
rules.
who
Mhm.
aren't complying can be fined as individuals.
yeah, so. Okay, anything else? Any other select board items? Okay, in that case, are there any public comments? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn, at which point the select board, or I guess we should
Signatures.
sign the manifest before we adjourn, so you wanna pass that over? Okay. That's all the background information. Okay.
Oh, election.
Oh, yes, election. Tuesday, September 11th, we have a primary, and I don't think we're required to be there, all of us anymore. But
You can,
you know,
yeah,
please,
you can appoint someone.
come as much as you can. I know I have an appointment in the afternoon. I will be there most of
Right.
the day if I can, but, you know, please come.
What is the requirement? Does somebody have to be there?
I think we need a quorum
Quorum.
at closing
Yeah.
to sign,
Okay.
to sign things. But during the day, it's recommended that we have, as many people as possible.
So how are we gonna do this? Just stroll in or?
Just stroll in. I think we can talk with each other when we get there and give each other our schedule.
Yeah, procession waiting for you.
I didn't hear what you said, but that's okay.
All right.
Oh, that's for raffle on the back.
Okay.
Oh, for the library book sale? Next year, that RSA has been updated.
Okay. Harold?
Okay.
Okay.
It's the big, I have the big one in.
This, the big one is all of the background information. Look at that. All right, Harold, two more
Are you
here.
gonna continue to send this, the manifest like you did last?
Send the manifest to,
Us as,
oh,
He did?
email? He must have done that.
Yeah, Charlie
oh,
did that.
Charlie.
I can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Having signed the manifest, is there a motion to
The
adjourn?
non-public, Kathleen.
We have a non-public?
Yeah.
Oh, in that
A.
case, for what, Charlie? Which?
A. It was A.
In that case, I'll entertain a motion to go into non-public according to 91A, colon 3, Roman numeral 2, small letter A, the dismissal, promotion, or compensation of any public employee.
I'll